Today we will learn about index laws from scratch, and I'm going to teach you multiplying and dividing powers today. Suppose you have these two numbers to multiply each other, 3 to the power 2 times 3 to the power 3. So the actual meaning of this would be 3 times 3 is 3 to the power 2 multiplied with 3 times, we are going to multiply 3 times. So this is 3 to the power 2. So this one would be 3 to the power 3. Now, if you get the total count here, there are 5 terms here. So there are 5 terms here. So that would be 3 to the power 5. So that is how you write the answer. So you can see if you have 3 terms multiplying each other, so you write 3 to the power 2, and three terms multiplying each other, you write 3 to the power 3, and there are 5 terms altogether multiplying each other, so we can write 3 to the power 5. Another example, 4 to the power 3 times 4 to the power 2. So if you have that, 4 to the power 3 means 4 times 4 times 4 multiplied with 4 to the power 2 means 4 2 times. So this one is 4 to the power 3. This term is 4 to the power 2. Now altogether again, there are 5 terms. So finally we can write 4 to the power 5. Another example. Now 2 to the power 5 times 2 to the power 2. So you have to multiply 5 times. So there are 5 terms over here. Then 2 to the power 2. So there are 2 terms over here. So altogether we have 7 terms. So that would be 2 to the power 7. So with this observation, we can generalize this pattern. So one can write in this way: 2 to the power p times 2 to the power q. If you have that, you can write 2 to the power p plus q. So powers are additive. So to do that, you should have the same base. We should have the same base. Now, this is the common mistake students do. If you have 2 to the power p times 3 to the power q, right? So this one you can't write using the index law. Why? Because look at the bases. Bases are not equal. If I do a more general example, let me take x to the power p times x to the power q. So bases are equal. Now powers are additive. So x p plus q. So this is the answer. So this is the correct answer. Now if you have a negative power, we'll see what will happen. Suppose we have x to the power p times x to the power minus q. So same thing will happen. So powers are additive, x to the power p minus q. So that would be the answer. Example, x to the power 5 times x to the power minus 2. This would be x to the power 5 minus 2. The answer would be x to the power 3. So if my base is a number, for example, 2 to the power 5 times 2 to the power minus 1. Now bases are equal, so you can write 2, 5 minus 1. The answer would be 2 to the power 4. So those are the correct answers. So now I hope you know how to do the multiplication. Now we'll do the division. So in the division, we will have this example, a very small example, 2 to the power 3 divided by 2 to the power 2. So I will write 2 to the power 3, 2 times 2 times 2, divided by 2 to the power 2 would be 2 times 2. So now you can see the cancellations in the numerator and the denominator. Then you have 2 left in the numerator. So that would be 2 to the power 1. You will see a pattern later on. Now, if you have 3 to the power 5 divided by 3 to the power 2, so then 3 times 3 times 3, 3, 3, 5 times, then divide by 3 times 3. Now you can see the cancellations again. Now, how many 3's left? 3 times. So you can write it would be 3 to the power 3. Now, if you carefully look into this example, you can see a pattern. So same base, you can see same base, then different powers. So if you have same base, different powers dividing each other, so you can subtract the powers, which means 5 minus 2 over here. So you can get 3 to the power 3. Now if I generalize this, so the general form, let's say x to the power p divided by x to the power q. So the answer would be x to the power p minus q. Then with a number 2 to the power p divided by 2 to the power q. So this should be 2 to the power p minus q. It's very easy. Now cumulatively, if you have this, now we will try to understand few questions here. So a to the power p, b to the power q divided by a to the power q, b to the power p. So if you have that, how to understand this? Now always in this index law, you are looking at the same powers, same bases, similar bases. Powers can be different. So you can see similar bases here. So a, now dividing each other. So powers are subtractive, p minus q. Then b, q minus p. Right? So this is what the answer. Now, if you have an example with a minus power, for example, we can get a to the power 5, b to the power 10, and a to the power minus 2 divided by b to the power minus 2, something like this. Now, if you have a question like this, what we typically do, we group the similar terms. So a terms, so we will group it. A to the power 5, a to the power minus 2. You can do it because in between you have multiplication. And then we will group the b terms. So b to the power 10 and b to the power minus 2. So now looking at this block, so it's a multiplication, similar base, different powers. So you can use the additive rule. So this should be a 5 minus 2, and then multiplied with b. This is a division, so you can subtract 10 minus minus 2. So be careful here. You are subtracting minus 2, so it should be 10 minus minus 2. So the answer would be a to the power 3 times b to the power 12 over here. And if I do another example, a little complicated one, x plus 1 to the power 5, then you have a to the power 10. Here you have 2a plus 1 and 2x plus 1 to the power 2, and here I get 2a plus 1 to the power 5, something like this. Now again, we do the same thing. This should be 2 over here. Actually, let me sort of erase this and then modify. This should be 2 over here. Okay, so now we will have the similar terms together. So I would do x plus 1 to the power 5 divided by, and I can see here 2x plus 2. I will take 2 out. I'm factorizing it. So x plus 1. See, you get the same term, which is to the power 1. Then a terms, a to the power 10 by itself, and then you have 2a plus 1 to the power 5 divided by 2a plus 1 to the power 1. So bracket means a group. So now you can consider group, right? So you can consider group as your base. So x plus 1, the whole thing would be our base. So the answer would be x plus 1. If you look at the x plus 1 base, so 5 minus 1, see, group is the base. The 2 is in the denominator. Multiplied with a 10, there is no cancellation, no any simplifications for a, but we have for 2a plus 1. So 2a plus 1 is our group, and that would be the division rule, 5 minus 1. So finally, we get half x plus 1 to the power 4 times a to the power 10 times 2a plus 1 to the power 4. So I hope you understand index laws, and I will try to discuss more in